Appreciate you hitting the button. Welcome to the How to Hustle podcast with Hype. This is episode 131. You follow me on Instagram and Twitter at I am Hype. That's HYMPE. It's Hype. It's not hype. I'm not geeked up. Very special guest in the building. Let me start it off correctly. Assalamu alaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Now introduce yourself to the audience.
Yes, hi everybody. So my name is Brittany. I am the founder of Empowerment Fitness and Wellness Center, which empowers women all over the world.
Copy that. Now, this is another one of them spotlight episodes where I saw that she made a post about, we got this retreat going on for the ladies. I instantly DM'd her and said, this is an episode. I instantly commented under the picture, check your DMs because this is an episode. And this is where we at. This is another spotlight situation. We become the spotlight spot right now for the last couple of weeks. But people got things going on that I want to highlight because if you're doing something positive in the city, even if you ain't doing something positive in the city, you in Atlanta and you got something going on. You in Houston and you got something going on. And I like that situation. We will spotlight you here on the How to Hustle podcast behind. So, like we do on the spotlights, we reverse the show. We start off with what you need to know. The segment of what you need to know is sponsored by H2H Cleaning. That is my cleaning company. We do roofing, plumbing, flooring, HVAC, cleanups, cleanouts, remodeling, you name it. We're making it happen over there at H2H Cleaning. You get at me and we can make any of those situations happen for you. Now, spotlight. You tell us what it is that we need to know. What do we need to know about whatever it is that you want to tell us about?
So yes, I am doing so everything I do, not everything, but majority of things that I do, I empower women, right? So that's really my goal, to really empower women mentally, physically, financially, emotionally, and spiritually, right? And whatever that may look like for you. But we're having a revitalized retreat, which is on February 23rd to the 25th. We are going to have guest speakers, myself. I'm going to do gratitude and affirmations, different activities. We have someone that is going to talk about like your womb care, doing yoni steams, demonstrating the importance of a yoni steam. What is a yoni steam? And, how can you do it? And what's the benefits of it, right? Then we have someone that's, her name is Nicole, story behind the brand. She's going to talk about, like just the story about how my brand has got started, where I was at and place in my life when I started Empowerment Fitness and Wellness Center. And then we also have Jay. She's going to talk about networking and the importance of that. We also have my girlfriend. She's the owner of the Naughty Black Box. It talks about, just boosting women's self-esteem when it comes to that femininity, because I think sometimes we just lose that, just all these different hats that we wear, we lose our femininity. So we're going to have like just amazing activities for this event. But yes, and revitalize means to bring something new. So we're going to let go of all the old stuff, all these baggage, or just things that you just want to release and just call forward to new things. And this is why we're going to, we're going to revitalize, God willing, for these two days. So.
All right. So as a person with two daughters, I love to hear that we have women. Again, this is another thing. Like I said, I see the post and it instantly triggers something to me because I got two daughters. And hearing that we have women who are looking to empower the women and not make them just think that, let's scream, holler, cuss, and make noise is the way to go. Femininity is something that you tackle right there that we're definitely going to put a pin in and come back to that one because it's nothing wrong. People act like gender roles is a problem, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with us having we all have a role in our situation, whether it is your marriage, your parent-child relationship. Everybody has a role. The problem that we have is people don't like their role, and because dad had left, and then he kind of forced mom to step into this role, but a whole different topic.
Yes.
Because I want to stay on. I want to stay on task and what it is that we need to know from you. What made you start the health and wellness situation? How long have you been doing?
So I've been doing this I've been doing this for the last 7 years. Yes. And so I started Empowerment Fitness and Wellness Center because I was like probably like 2 years recently divorced. I was married for 10 years. I got married when I was 18. So I'm 37. I got married when I was 18. So I was married for 10 years. I got a divorce.
You was a baby.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And then I didn't know how to, like, I was angry. Like, I was angry. I was bitter. I didn't understand. And I come from a two-parent, background, my mom and my father, and
Me
that's
too.
just a lot. You know what I mean? Like my grandmom, like or my grandfather. That's all I know. So anyway, so I was just really angry and I couldn't understand, like what happened. You know what I mean? A lot of things happened, but I didn't understand and I couldn't like move forward. But I understood like, okay, you're not the only one. You know what I'm saying? Like other women been through this and you have to get through it. You have to get through it. You have a daughter that you have to raise. I wasn't like, by myself, you know what I mean? He's, present, but it's just still, I just wasn't in that marriage. I wasn't in their union. So I just started working out and working out really kind of like helped me mentally, just get through the pain, the struggle, the insecurities, the self-doubt, just all this stuff that I had to like take accountability for. It just got me through. And not only that, I used to read this poem from the Color Girls for the movie for the Color Girls. And the poem is called Somebody Almost Walked Off with All of My Stuff. And if y'all don't know this poem, y'all should just, go look it up, read it. It's very powerful. And I would read it every day in the mirror and just cry and just until I was able to get my stuff back. You know what I'm saying? When you read the poem, you understand that it's not necessarily tangible stuff, but I got
Metaphorical. Yeah.
so, but yeah, so that's why, and not only that, and I realized that other women need this. Um, I'm the second oldest of six. It's four girls, two boys. My mom didn't have any aunts, so I kind of grew up in a kind of like a male dominant home, even though it was kind of like four girls, two boys. Um, so for me, I understood like women need this. Women need a group of women that they can trust, they can feel safe, you know what I mean, and they can somebody they can talk to, and just say like it's okay not to be okay, it's okay that you need help, um, and I just wanted to not create, but I wanted to form that space and that environment for women. And I noticed that the more that I worked out, I felt good. So it's like, when you feel good, you look good. You know what I'm saying? And it's not necessarily always just physical, it's mental also, it's emotional also, and not only that, just helping other women financially, then not only that, just spiritually, you know what I'm saying? And I just empower all women, not Muslim women, but even all women. So, and we're relatable, you know what I'm saying? We're relatable. So that was actually like the driving point of this, and it just has blossomed, and I just it's my passion, like it's just really my passion to really like, sis is okay, like I've been there, you know what I'm saying, and God has always put it on me because there's been times where I'm like, okay, the roof is caving in, not literally but mentally, and I'm like, and people still calling me like, Brett, I need you, you know what I'm saying, and not necessarily need me, you know what I'm saying, but like financially, but just need me. So it's like, all right, I got it. So
All right. So one, I can get all of that off your answer. I can see your face light up when I brought it up, and then you start talking about it. The thing about the whole situation with the gym, this is why I always like to do the gym by yourself, is because you get to zone out. You get to just go headphones in and put
yeah,
my head down, and it's just me.
yeah,
It's all these other people in here, but unless this nigga's coming through my set, he don't matter. Like, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Unless you wiping off something that don't matter, because it's just me, tunnel vision on myself.
yeah,
And the way that the world works when you're an adult with responsibilities, like you said, you got a daughter. My life can't be all about just tunnel vision as to what I have going on, because I got to be son, wife, daughter, cousin, brother, sister. Like, you got so many other things, and in the gym it's just you. So you get that time to focus in on just yourself. Even if it's only the hour for the day, I at least got that time for myself.
yes,
And the best thing that you said was right there was, I realized that I was broken, and I
yes,
needed to get myself healed in this situation. Most
yeah,
people don't self-evaluate and make the proper assessment. Most people
yeah,
get in a break and say it was all the other person, it wasn't me, because I'm great, perfect, and I always do the right thing. And even if I do something wrong, I was justified because I was mad, which is
hmm,
stupid, which is a
yeah,
sign of immaturity, which is not a sign of I'm an adult, a grown person who also has these little people who are looking at me become the adult. And how am I going to react? How am I going to act? How am I going to play my role in this whole situation? So
right.
salute to you for carrying it that way. That was a
Thank
very mature way to carry it by you. Uh, Even like you see, I'm 28. 28 ain't, we think when you're 28, I'm as grown get, and it's like you still got some things to get through.
you.
Like,
Yeah,
your
yeah,
joints ain't even start hurting yet because you ain't cracked 30 something.
right,
You
right.
woke up and your wrist is just on tilt for no reason and you don't understand why. So damn, that was like I said, that was commendable on your end for recognizing it. What I need to know now, all in this same aspect, because this was going to be one of the rapid fires, but this is a longer answer than a rapid fire. Uh, 18-year-old marriage.
Yes.
What did you learn
Oh,
about yourself being I am a 18-year-old? Because when people take marriage very lightly, especially like our religion is like you need to get married. You shouldn't just be out here knocking stuff down,
right,
even though we do things and we ain't supposed to do. We all do.
right.
And I wasn't mature enough to be getting married at no 18 because I knew once you get married, like I'm whole solely responsible for this woman. If we have
Yeah,
kids, now I got other people. If you're a woman, I'm responsible for this man. I got to make sure that this dude is eating. I
yeah.
got to make sure that we got like there's a lot that goes with that. At 18, at 22, at 23, like
Even at 37.
it's a copy. That's what I'm saying. At when I got married, I think I was 29.
Okay.
And even then, it was like it's a whole bunch of stuff that you can't expect. Even though, like you said, a two-parent household, I had the same thing. My wife had the same thing. But it's like oh, so now we in the front room now. Like, it's a difference between the back room and the front room
It
when you
is.
when you got that perspective. So talk to me about what did it take the 18, 19, 20, like those early years about that's because that's still a situation that women will need to be empowered with because you
Ex-
got girls who out here getting married in them situations that you just ain't gonna be ready for it. So explain to me what it was that how did all of that work out for you?
So, I learned a lot. I learned a lot. And it wasn't until I got divorced that I learned a lot. You know what I'm saying? Really about myself. But within that marriage, it was more so like it's a duty and an obligation. And I seen what my mom did. You know what I mean? Like I said, the women in my family have always catered to them, and so taking care of a man, cooking, cleaning, like all of those characteristics came as like second nature. Having an understanding of and something that I talk about with people is love language, understanding love languages, right? That's something that I didn't learn until after, and I had to realize like like a lot of our issues where uh, um, we were speaking different languages. So a lot of our clashes, a lot of misunderstandings or miscommunications came from not understanding and receiving each other's love language, right? So that was
One thing though too that when you that young, we also have to develop what is our love language.
right. So and that was another
And we gotta recognize that it's like I don't even really know how I kind of know how I want you to treat me, but I don't know how I want you to love me. And there's a
exactly.
huge difference there. Go ahead,
It's
my bad.
so it was more, it was just like we were married, this is my duty, and that was it. And we were like winging it. We were growing as young adults and learning at the same time. I had my daughter at 22. So then, that
Damn, my
was,
wife was 22 and my oldest daughter was
yeah,
born.
22. So then when that came, it was like, ah, I didn't know that was another thing. So I didn't know how to like kind of like balance. Like all my attention went to my daughter. You know what I'm saying? And I realized that he got jealous. And that's a natural thing. You know what I mean? When you're used to getting catered to, like, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't like he was jealous as his daughter, but it's like, he like, yo, like, what? I'm like, he was
No,
sleeping on the floor. I'm like, bro,
okay.
you
So
gotta go.
hold up.
Gotta go. So,
All right, see, I've been doing this for a while. I told you. I did an episode on the male reaction after the first child because me and my daughter just turned 11 a couple of days ago, and we were talking about this, and I'm like, kids are a grenade. They blow up everything that you ever thought, knew, and saw. Your world has become completely different now. And now you have to find out, do I really love this person? Because now I love this little person more than I love myself. If
mhm,
I've always been, if something blows up, I'm making sure I get down the street. Now you're making sure you push them out the door before you do anything else.
exactly.
And there is a lot that goes into us recognizing that in the moment because nobody recognizes that in the moment.
Right.
Listen, me and my daughter just had this conversation. The first year of a baby, we both so tired, we don't even know what's going on. We arguing and don't know we arguing. You still mad about Wednesday and it's Saturday. Like, like you said, he's sleeping on the floor. I didn't even notice the first 2 days. It's
Yes.
them every 2 hours you getting up with the bottles and then you didn't pooped
Yeah.
again. We ran out of diapers. All of that, like that goes into those initially having a baby we both become jealous because all of our attention both goes to the baby. And when we
Exactly.
finally get the baby sleep, it's like, all right, I'm gonna go take a shower and I'm gonna take real long in there because you here now. And I'm gonna need this 20 minutes to myself.
Yes.
I need to just go stare at Instagram for a couple of minutes. I need to go to the gym, or like you said, all of those different things that nobody really prepares you for because there's no
Right.
real way to prepare you for that until you sitting there and you go, oh my God, she crying again. But go ahead, my bad. I
But
didn't mean to jump
but
into you.
well that well and we had a so and you need a village too. Like I learned like you need a village. And we had a village, but we didn't have a village to help us with marriage, if that makes sense. We had a village
Mhm.
with our daughter, but we didn't have a village with marriage. And like I said, it just I learned a lot. You know what I'm saying? When you said broken, it's so funny. I just had a conversation where it's like I have a relationship with words, and like I said, Bobby, growing up around like mostly men in my family, I couldn't say that. I couldn't say like at one point like I was broken because I was like, nah, not me. Like, not broken. Like, nah, I might be hurt. My feelings is hurt, but broken, that's something else. So I was definitely was broken. I am a domestic violence I guess I don't want to say survivor, but you know what I'm saying. There was domestic violence in our marriage, um, so that was another thing too. You know what I'm saying. So that played a lot. You know what I'm saying on our marriage, and on our divorce. So it was a lot. It wasn't until like I said I was by myself that I could really just like soak everything in and say, okay, listen, this is what you could have done better. This is what who you were at this point. You're not this person now, and it's not your fault. And not only that, like understanding like how my mom, like my relationship with my mother, how was she when she grew up, or her relationship, you know what I'm saying, like with my father, like a lot of things. I just had a lot of questions and just went back to my childhood to understand like different traumas that I had that kind of like spilled over. But and that wasn't even till I hit my 30s I had those conversations. But you know what I'm saying, after like in my late 20s I was like, like I said, I learned a lot about myself, and I realized that it's serious. You know what I mean? It's serious, and we took it serious. But by us not having, I'm gonna say, an ideal role model, because it's because I had two parents, it doesn't necessarily mean that I never heard my parents argue, but I knew they argued. His parents, you know what I'm saying? They might have fought all the time. You get what I'm saying? So like that's
My
how he
mom
did.
and my my
And me,
mom
I'm
and my
like,
dad
I don't
was
do the same.
together
Yeah. Well, I'm like, I don't argue
35, 40
with this.
years.
And
I'd never seen them have one argument.
none. But I know that they had, you could tell, oh, mommy ain't speaking to daddy, daddy ain't speaking to my, or they must be beefing. But with him, not like scenes, drama, that was all his, you know what I mean? His family or upbringing. So it was kind of like learning all of that. And and we had to go back to that. Like, we always talk, you know what I'm saying, about like, hey, listen, like, we was just winging it. You know what I'm saying? We was Muslim, we trying to fear Allah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all we're trying to do. And we're just like, it's like we're building a plane as we go with no instructions, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
So the reason why I asked you about all of that was because it goes back to like you said, the empowerment situation, realizing that everything is not always about me, and is how can I help somebody else through this situation based on
Right,
my experiences. Now, some people ain't gonna listen to your experiences because they, your kids and think that you came out and you was 34 already. Like you never had to do homework, you never was
right.
mad at your mom. None of that never happened because you was born in your 30s. But the thing that you're doing here is realizing that all of the things that happen in my life, and I want to be able to help somebody else with that, which is a thing that, again, I want to commend you, I want to salute you, and I want to say thank you for doing that for somebody else. This might be somebody that's 18, or it might be somebody that's 45 or 54 who needs to hear or needs to experience that, needs to know that, oh, damn, it ain't just me. Because, everybody, we all the stars of our own show. We
Yeah,
all think that this is only happening to me and it's not happening to
yeah,
nobody else because
yeah.
I'm so special.
Right.
And I thank you for doing this. Thank you for putting that out there. With the retreat, is there an age limit or anything on that? Or
You know what?
how
I
does
never
all that
even
work?
thought about that. The only thing, because when we have I would say like 18 and above, because when we have our self our self-esteem, it is going to get into, when we talk with the femininity, it is going to get into sexuality, if that makes sense. It's not explicit, but I mean, but you know what, I haven't thought about it because my daughter is 15 and we talk about femininity, we talk about say, we actually been talking about marriage lately, you know what I'm saying, like that's been on her mind, and we've been having these conversations. So I really haven't thought about that. I really haven't thought about that, to be honest. Maybe that's something I need to like go back and, revisit, because um my girlfriend that has just the owner of the Naughty Black Box is, she's going to tap into femininity. You know what I'm saying? And just all different things that you can tap into with yourself, where it pertains, if it becomes if it's like, clothing, um different just femininity stuff. I don't want to,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we don't have to be too. I
yeah,
got copy. I got you. We
but
all
yeah,
grown here.
feminine,
All right, because that's why I had the little black box, so you kind of know where that goes when we yoni steaming and all of that. That's why I said,
but Yoni
yeah,
Steven, I think for any, I think that can be any age, like if she has a menstrual cycle. My daughter Yoni steams. You know what I'm saying? Like
mm,
it's, that's what I'm saying. The benefit of Yoni steaming is it goes way, like it's so many benefits for it. And especially our young women now who have like, suffer from endometriosis, fibroids, even our women now, like they're having so many like ovarian or like just uterine issues, where it's just like, that's another topic too. You know what I mean? But Yoni steam is
hey,
very beneficial. So that's something.
alhamdulillah, my kids are 11 and 3. I don't have these menstrual situations just yet.
Right, right,
Um, one more thing that I want to jump into, still on the what do we need to know situation is, I I pay attention and listen to what my guest is telling me.
right.
Now you said that you had the poem that you was reading every day. What was the name of the poem again?
Somebody almost walked off with all of my stuff.
What of your stuff that you have to get back that
Oh,
you noticed was in the bag as you know what I'm saying, as you was going out the door and you noticed, hold up, man, those is my plates and I had those glasses. What did you notice of your stuff was being walked out with?
oh yes. My
That was a
whew,
good one,
my
wasn't it?
my self esteem. Seriously, like
Okay.
my self esteem. I've always been very confident within anything I've done, but my self esteem was in that, like, took up majority of that bag. My self esteem, my my confidence, my like feelings of inadequacy was, I had to get back just being, looking in the mirror, looking at myself, because like I got punched in the face. Like I've never had like, that did something to, that like broke me too, like being punched in the face and my face swollen up, like, so just looking in the mirror. I had to get back. What else? I just had to get a lot of stuff back. My dignity, my pride, and not pride in the sense of, because I'm not, pride means that you look down on people, but being pride to be a Muslim woman, you know what I mean? Being prideful to be just a woman in general, a mother, um, a Muslim woman. What else? Um,
Like I said, if you said the biggest one that I heard was the look in the mirror, because all of that stuff goes into it. If you have to look at yourself in the mirror and you like you said, I hate even hearing about. Like I said, I got daughters, I got a niece, I'm all women. Like, is having to look at myself and see that like the choices I made in my life have led me here to whatever that is,
yeah,
and it's like, how do I even deal with myself going through that? All of
exactly,
that is you fighting yourself.
exactly.
So I understand that that is a huge drink
Yeah,
that a lot of people, again, we don't make good assessments of ourselves when we look in the mirror. When we look inward to ourselves, you could be a 5'2", 400 pounds, and you think that you like, I'm in the perfect shape and I'm the best thing ever. And it's like, that's not what's really going on here. You need to do
yeah,
some push-ups. You need to get into the gym. You need to eat a couple of salads. Like, you
right.
got to mix in, you know what I'm saying? Some push-aways, as my uncle used to call them, push away from the table.
It will,
Like, because you're not making a good assessment of yourself. And if you're saying
no,
like, basically, I'm watching myself go to a point where it's like, how did I even get here?
yeah.
And that's
Which,
why I said in the beginning, which was the broken situation is because if you find it difficult to look at yourself in the mirror, it's because you are broken. Whether you, whoever's listening to this, realizes it or not.
Right.
That's step one right there.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree. I definitely was it was broken, and like I said, just understanding like where like how I was brought up. Like it just was it was a lot. It was a lot, like I said, and I'm grateful. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't that's the only thing I would like, but and it's crazy because my daughter doesn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like she, you know what I mean? She doesn't know. So and I don't think I would ever even like share that with her. You know what I'm saying? Because she has her own image of her father. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah,
kind of
you don't want to break that glass for her
no, they
now.
have their
Yeah.
relationship. Like she's daddy's girl. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
and yeah. So and I would never take that from her. You know what I mean? From him or her.
Again,
So
again, this is a very mature situation out of you because most people weaponize their kids and
yeah,
say he ain't do this and he don't do that and go
no,
through a
man.
whole bunch of goofy stuff that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. All
Yeah.
right. Now we wanna lighten it up now. We've been very heavy here. Okay. So now this is the get to know you segment. The get to know you segment is sponsored by Custom Hustle. That's my clothing line where we do custom jackets, custom jerseys, football, basketball, baseball, hockey, soccer, however you need them. We got four versions of the sneaks. The CH1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s are available in any color. We also got the collar shirts, we got the sweatsuits, we got the flip flops. However you need it, we got the cargo pants too. However you need it customized over at Custom Hustle World on Instagram, Custom Hustle Co on Twitter. We're making it happen. Now, this is what we need to know from you because we talked a little bit off mic before we started the show. Uh, what is it that made you so passionate about the healthcare aspect of life?
Well, my grandma was a nurse. My mom was a nurse. So
So
I
we
would
in a
like
lineage of nurses is what we getting
nurses,
there.
yes.
Okay.
And I just like I said, the women in our we just always took care of like the men in our family. So just like just nurturing was just something that it's just was something that was just I guess like part of us. And and I like making a difference. I like making a difference with people. And you know, I've always been in tune with, you know, I like health, I like the body, you know, I like how the body works, the anatomy. So, you know,
Something that you said right there that I want to jump right back into the weekend's festivities. Will we be talking about nurturing? Because women these days are acting like nurturing is a bad word. Like you told them that you was going to tie them to the bed and you were never leaving out of here. Is nurturing something that we will be talking about?
of course. So this is the thing. Nurturing ties back into femininity. I think, and
Yes.
to go back to what you said. Well, I think it's when we were talking like offline about roles, and you said that people don't want to play their role, and I believe that once we get back to like, and I was one of those. I was a woman that was like my father was emotional chauvinistic, so I to me like I was like. You can make your own food, sandwich. You know what I mean? It was kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm the rebel. I was the rebel of the family. But at the same time, like I understood and I understand that I as a woman, I have a role. You know what I'm saying? Even in this like Allah has given us a role. You know what I'm saying? He designed us a certain way. And once we tap into that and once we understand that and once we value the role that we play, it will make it easier. Like you know what I'm
You
saying? That
stop
feminine
fighting against it. That'd be the problem.
exactly. But this
Acceptance is always our problem.
so that too. But this is the thing because I was taken out of my femininity because inside my marriage, it wasn't, we didn't have, it was role reversal, if that makes sense. And a lot of times we're in the times now where there's role reversal, where the woman is the man and the man is the woman. And that is causing the problem.
Yes.
And it takes us out of seriously, it takes us out of the divine femininity. So when yes, when you talk about nurturing, when you talk about femininity, it's like I don't got time for that. Like I'm working I'm working as much as you working, or I might be working more. You know what I'm saying? So you talking about housely duties, bro. I think you need to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that the divine femininity we lose because we're taken out of that role. So yes, we have to and we have to get back to that because we weren't made like that. We were made to be a comfort. We were made to conform to the man. We were made to be soft. You know what I mean? Like everything about a woman, a man is attracted to. Everything. Everything. So we're supposed to be their comfort. And not to say that men are not supposed to be ours, but we're supposed to like everything about a woman, a man is attracted to. You get what I'm saying? For us
Yeah,
as women,
absolutely.
like,
I'm trying not to cut you off, but
but go ahead.
listen,
Okay.
yeah, no, I'm wholeheartedly in agreement with you.
And we have to learn. And
These
then
new age niggas is feminine
yes,
and like
these
they
these women
emotional as
are
hell,
masculine.
and these women is no limit soldiers. So like
And it's
we
a
got
time
an
for
issue.
the, don't get me wrong. It's a time and a place for that. You get what I'm saying? It's a time for a place where I might have to, you know what I mean, lace my boots up and go out there. You know what I'm saying? But that's only on a need. That's only if my king is hurt a little bit. If my king is hurt, all right, cool. Let me lace these boots up real quick. Let me and nurture him so he can get back
Copy.
out there. You get me?
It's perfect. See, this be the problem with people. They be too like they be too literal where you're not saying it's not never a time where you need her to be that. It's not ever a time where the man can't be emotional. He can't be vulnerable.
Right.
But if we go to the extremes of it's 100% of always one thing, that's how we get these problems. Because then
Yeah.
again, the acceptance of your role will always have you just saying like, "Well, I ain't doing that because I'm different and I'm special and it's me." And
Right.
that's how we get these situations. But I wanted to make sure you're saying that we was throwing that in there with the ladies while we was around the
Of course.
campfire.
Of course. Of course. Of course. I'm all for it because I had to learn and I had to understand. You know what I'm saying? And then when I learned and understood, I was like, oh. And that too was a part of something that I lacked in my marriage. It was like feminine. I was a whole nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like even outside of like being divorced for a long time, like my male brothers that I consider like the males that are in my life that are like are that have like a major impact, they like Britt, like you like, like
Gotta calm down, yeah.
you gotta calm it down. You gotta
Take
calm
off
it.
the fatigues, man. Take off the
And
fatigues,
I was like,
ladies.
no, they're mine. Like
Nobody wants to see you show up in a pair of butters and some fatigues. That's not what
at
we
all.
want. We don't need you in no steel toes,
Or no
okay?
dick. Keep the
And no
dick.
dickies, yeah. No steel toes and dickies. We don't need none of
Right, right. Yes.
that. Now
Yes.
let's get back into the health and wellness situation. When you're in the gym, what is your favorite workout?
So I do abs every day. So the thing about it is that I'm a runner. I'm a long distance runner. I love like running is my thing. Running has actually been, and that's how I started. I just started running like 2 miles a day. But as you get into health and your body goals change, I had to slow down on running because I started getting runner's body. That's what they call it, right? When you just like real like slim. So I started getting runner's body. But I love running. Running is something that I can like, zone out in. So running abs every day. I do glutes. I work on everything. Like it's I'm not really um one of them, but it's just I'm more so like, what's the challenge? What are we doing? So right now, my challenge right now, because I don't like push-ups. Like push-ups is something that I cannot stand. You know what I'm saying? Push-ups and pull-ups. So I've been working like literally hard to be able to do like a proper like military push-up. So between that and pull-ups, but yeah, everything else, like I said, it's more mental. I don't run as much as I used to. Like I said, because like but abs every day and just working on the things that I consider a challenge for me, because I'm not gonna say a weakness, but I consider a challenge.
Lastly, on these, what would you say would be the best thing to eat after you've had that great workout or that good run? I know them runners, like you said, yeah, you be out there, you get lean quick
Yeah,
because
yeah.
hitting that pavement, that shit is hard. Shin splints and all of that type of time.
Well, you gotta get the right shoes, but we'll talk about that. But no, but just
Some people go cheap on you go cheap on your situation, you go get cheap results.
you
You
are,
gotta, you know what
you
I'm
are.
saying?
Yeah, I don't play around with running sneakers. Now that I don't do. But I would say something like high in protein. High in protein or whey protein. Like especially for its whey protein helps to rebuild muscle. It has a lot of amino acids, which like good fats to like restore those muscles. I have a protein shake that I usually drink. right after my workouts. It's considered a meal replacement. So it has like 21 minerals and vitamins in it, only has 9 grams of sugar. So that's another thing too. Like people have to be mindful. Like we have all these different shakes and stuff like that out there, but pay attention to your sugar intake and your sodium intake because it does matter. Just because it says a protein shake, those things matter. But yeah, so but and for me, like I'm always eating fruit. But as long as you have like a high protein meal after your workout, I think that's the best thing. Or something with whey in it. Because like I said, whey has those amino acids, which is those good fats that kind of like, you know what I mean, help your muscles regroup and recover and grow.
Copy that. Now, before we close out episode 131, Britt, I appreciate you coming on.
I
Let us
appreciate
know,
you everything. Yes.
let us know one more time before we close out, where can people purchase the tickets? Where can people come to support the situation? When is it? I know the location will not be given out until your tickets are purchased,
Right.
but give us all of that good stuff before we go.
Yes, yes, yes. So it's gonna be in the Poconos area. But yes, y'all can it's actually on Nurse Britt underscore 24 fit. I have the actual link in my bio. So you could click the link in my bio and it's gonna take you to the events bright page where you'll see all the information and you can purchase your ticket, y'all. The tickets are 350. And you're getting you're getting so much for this 350. You're gonna get a catered meals and stuff like that. So I just want y'all to show up. You know what I'm saying? Like I want y'all to come, just experience being around some positive, powerful, and influential women. Right? I know y'all probably never heard of me, but y'all gonna hear about me all this year and continue on. But I just need y'all to come and just show up because, like I said, it's gonna be powerful and it's something that we need as women. But yeah, just click the link in my bio. Follow me on Instagram, Nurse Britt underscore 24 fit. It's the link in my bio. If you want to sponsor, you can sponsor someone. Just hit me up. Just DM me. Just DM me. And like I said, you can find the link in my bio.
Copy that. Britt, I appreciate you coming on. That was episode 131, and we are out.